Okay, so here we have an audio interface. And in this video, we're going to look through the different features of an audio interface and why you would use one. So this is a very simple, straightforward audio interface. And it has two channels. It has one XLR and 1/4" jack. Now, if we have a look at the front panel of the interface to start with. So if we go from left to right, so we've got an LED, which has 48V written next to it. So that is an indicator to tell us if phantom power is turned on. Then we have our XLR input. We can tell that from a little microphone input there. So we can have one XLR mic with phantom power on or off. Then moving over, we have a signal level and a clip level. So when the clip level is on, that means that we are peaking and that we're distorting. And then the signal level shows you that you're getting signal through to that channel. Moving over again, we have our 1/4" jack input, which is here, the symbol for a guitar. You could also plug a keyboard into that. And again, we have a signal and a clip monitor. Next, we have a button which says direct monitor, off or on. At the moment it's off. If you push it in, it would be on. Now that is to do with the headphone outputs. On the front of this, we have our output for our headphones. So these are two inputs and this is an output. So this will be outputting audio from the computer, but it can also, if you have direct monitor turned on, outputting the audio directly from the interface, which means that it will be zero latency, or as close to zero latency as you can get, because it won't be being processed digitally. So this is like listening. Having this on would mean you're listening to the analog signal, not the digital signal coming back from the computer. We put it down. On the top here, we have 3 different dials that we can move. First one correlates to our XLR input, and it's the gain for the microphone. The second one correlates to our 1/4" jack input, and that's the gain for the guitar or the gain for the keyboard that you're plugging in. And then finally, we have our overall output, and that will be the volume for our headphones output on the front here. If we move around to the rear panel, we have our switch for phantom power. So if we want our phantom power on for our condenser microphone, we'd need to turn that on. We then have our USB-B cable, which would connect to our USB input on our computer to connect our audio interface. And then we have an RCA left and right output. This would be to connect to some monitors or speakers so that you could listen back to the music through speakers, not just headphones. So the headphone output you would use when you were recording, or if you needed to be mixing quietly. And then the speaker output on the back you would use when you were mixing, so you could reference properly within the room. So audio interfaces are really quite straightforward, but they can seem a little bit confusing to start with. But essentially they are a way of inputting audio to a computer and outputting audio to a computer. We need them because if you want to record using a microphone, you're going to need an XLR input. You can't just plug a microphone directly into a computer, it won't work. Also, these will drastically improve the quality of your audio capture and your audio reproduction rather than using the sound card built into the computer in most cases. You can pay a wide range for audio interfaces, but you can get a really good one for about £100, maybe even a bit less, that is really, really good quality. And you can get ones that have 2 channels of XLR for about that price. This one only has 1, but this is a really small, lightweight, simple way of being able to record and listen back to your music.